Have you ever heard of something called Stockholm Syndrome? It's best described as a victim developing a psychological bond with their captor. In a lot of ways, that's how I feel about Madden. They've kidnapped us all with their exclusive rights deal, and we've grown too accustomed to its chains and bonds. Madden 23 has been described as a step in the right direction, whatever that means. And because I have very little self-control, I spent $70 on this game, and I'm going to give it a chance. Not that it really deserves one. So without further ado, let's get into my experience playing Madden 23. It is finally time to fire up the newest edition of John Madden Football. I actually really like the intro, and this part right here reminds me of Madden's incredible rapport with play-by-play man Pat Summerall.
There it is.
See, now here it is, but see, I mean, he got a little in here and a little up there. Here, but he doesn't have anything here at all. Watch, when you take it off, he doesn't have anything going up in there.
Well, you got to give him time. He just had his 29th birthday.
I truly love those guys, and I'm glad that Madden is finally getting honored the way he deserves. But will the gameplay honor him? That's yet to be seen. Like I've done with older games, I'm going to start a franchise and build my team using a fantasy draft. Since I've been watching Hard Knocks, I'm going to play with the Detroit Lions and use head coach Dan Campbell. Coach Campbell, to me at least, is Christ reincarnate. And yes, this is a Twitter plug. Please go and follow me, yada yada yada. It's time to start the all-important fantasy draft. But I realize there's something terribly wrong. Oh yeah, it's the fucking soundtrack. I can't play it for you guys because of copyright, thank God, but rest assured, it makes me want to grab a box cutter and make like Van Gogh. I realize some people might like it, and that's your choice, but to me, it's just not my bag, baby.
This sort of thing ain't my bag, baby.
I turn off all 51 songs on the soundtrack, and the assault on my earballs finally ends. Now I can think clearly and start building a winner. I don't know if you've heard, but this is a quarterback-driven league, and I want a guy I can build around for the next 10 years. So anyway, I take Aaron Rodgers. I know Lions fans might hate this guy, but he might as well play a game every Thanksgiving morning because he sure as hell won't be spending it with his family. You need a quarterback, and you need to get to the quarterback, so I take Von Miller with my second pick. Apparently Von is a run stopper. I mean, he only has 115 sacks, so at wide receiver, I'm taking Calvin Ridley. I'm really betting on him to have a good season. Get it? Betting? Because he gambled. I'll grab Justin Simmons at safety. Man, that really doesn't look like him at all. There was certainly an attempt, just not a good one. At the most important position in football, I'm going to take Melvin Gordon. He's great, just hang on to the football, big guy. I'll take Julio Jones, who made the greatest play of all time that didn't matter. Then I draft guard Kevin Zeitler. I don't know why they made him look like a gas station attendant. I put him next to Roger Saffold, who for some reason also has the body of a pear. It's the 20th round now, and I don't have a kicker yet, so I'm pulling the trigger on Justin Tucker. I mean, look, you know why I had to do this. I draft Randall Cobb so Aaron Rodgers doesn't throw a hissy fit. I take safety Eric Harris. Can't think of any jokes about his name. I'm going to grab Cole Beasley, who even though the vaccines 25% of the population, it's not even that bad. And finally, to round out the draft, I'm going to take Ndamukong Suh because I don't want my quarterback to be the one who gets kicked in the dick and balls. We officially have a team, and our first game is our home opener against the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't help but notice that the pregame presentation in this game is really, really good. I mean, maybe it's like putting lipstick on a pig, but we're about to find out. I did absolutely zero scouting for this game, so I'm shocked and dismayed to learn that the Eagles starting quarterback is sex pervert Deshaun Watson. Meanwhile, I'm starting Aaron Rodgers, who only looks like a sex offender. I changed Rodgers' jersey number back to 8 because I miss when he used to hold the ball up like it was trying to whisper sweet nothings into his ear. The two teams run out of the tunnel, and it's time to kick off the 2022 NFL season. On the sideline, Eagles coach Nick Sirianni tries to unlock Watson's sexual powers by giving him a shoulder massage. The Eagles kick off, and Aaron Rodgers gets the first drive on offense. His very first throw is to Cole Beasley, and I'm assuming those guys share similar beliefs. Rodgers' next couple passes are short throws to longtime teammate Randall Cobb, and while a ball control offense is good for some, I'm just itching to take a shot downfield. A-Rod rockets a ball deep to Julio Jones, who mosses Charvarius Ward and scores our first touchdown of the season. Julio usually only scores about 2 or 3 touchdowns a season, so I'd say he's off to a great start. Deshaun Watson tries to answer, but he throws off his back foot for really no reason and misses Mike Evans by a good 5 yards. Watson's next pass is on target, but Eric Ebron shows off those famously secure hands and gets stripped by Denzel Ward. Justin Simmons is all over it and scoops and scores for our second touchdown in just a couple minutes. It looks like Madden spent more time on dances than actual gameplay, but to be fair, the dances do look good. The Eagles offense comes back out on the field, and while I'm picking a play, I'm reminded that you need to cover not just one, but all of your holes when dealing with Deshaun Watson. Teron Johnson's hands prove a little questionable on first down, and 2 plays later, Tony Jefferson nearly steals a pass on third down. Looks like those glasses made a difference. We get the ball back, and the offensive line actually shows some pretty good logic on this block. I try my luck and throw another deep shot down the left sideline to Julio Jones, but you can't moss everybody all the time. Melvin Gordon has one of the most impressive 0-yard gains I've ever seen, and I'm compelled to go for it on fourth down. Cole Beasley gets wide open in the seam, and Rodgers follows it up with a schoolyard touchdown pass to Julio. For all the younger viewers out there, that was a reference to a famous Paul Simon song. And believe it or not, John Madden actually appears in the end of this video to yell at some kids. We're up 3 scores, and Deshaun Watson is pissed on the sideline because it's been 30 minutes since he's harassed anyone. Eric Ebron handles a rope from Watson, and Elijah Mitchell scoots for a decent gain on first down. You know, it's hard to see a Mitchell on the Eagles without thinking of Joe Buck.
Mitchell, down to the 25.
It's 2nd and 3, and Deshaun Watson learns the hard way that you don't want to throw at Denzel Ward.
He could go all the way.
Ward takes it to the house, sits down in the end zone, and oh God, what is Deshaun Watson doing? There is simply no place on the football field for this Deshaun. Try to control yourself. Denzel Ward looks a little shaken on the sideline, but he quickly gets back in the action and helps our defense force yet another turnover. It's Justin Simmons who lowers the shoulder, and we're proving to be a very opportunistic defense. When opportunity knocks, you're supposed to answer, and Aaron Rodgers throws a kill shot to Randall Cobb to make it 35-0 in the first half. Watson is clearly frazzled on offense, and he tries to answer with this dumbass throw. I'm not totally sure why Mike Evans ran away from the ball, but that must be a new route I've never heard of. That's Madden for you, baby. Watson tries to get another pass off, but Von Miller is all over him. It takes nearly the entire first half, but the Eagles finally reach the end zone and chip into our 35-point lead. There's still 47 seconds left, an eternity for Aaron Rodgers, and he drops another perfect ball into the arms of Julio Jones for a big gainer to get us moving. Randall Cobb unsuccessfully attempts to score from the 5-yard line, but we still got enough time for one last field goal before the half. But here's the thing, I just can't stomach a field goal right now. I'm addicted to touchdowns. So naturally, I try a fake, and backup quarterback Carson Strong is bum rushed and gives up the football. The Eagles recover, and they take it all the way back to the house. I believe the Greeks have a word for this kind of arrogance. I didn't pay enough attention in literature class to remember what it was, but I'm sure you can Google it. I've given the Eagles momentum, but Melvin Gordon tries to wrestle it back with this hard-nosed run in the third quarter. Aaron Rodgers throws one of the most beautifully layered passes I've ever seen to tight end Logan Thomas, and then a couple plays later, he goes full MVP mode, scrambles to his right, and lasers a touchdown to Cole Beasley. On the Eagles' ensuing drive, we get 3 straight plays of
Mitchell.
Fortunately, Jawan Bentley says, "That's enough, Mitchell," and he ends the drive with a nice interception. Rodgers throws yet another dart to Logan Thomas, but the drive stalls a little bit early, and I finally allow myself to settle for 3 points. Fortunately, the kick bounces off the crossbar and just makes it through. It's now the fourth quarter, and I'm clinging on to a 31-point lead, but the Eagles' offense is starting to pick up some serious steam. Obviously, we can't have that, so Teron Johnson jumps a sideline route and gives us the ball back so we can try to put the game away on offense. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work out that way, and Julio Jones plays a game of hot potato with the Eagles' secondary. Deshaun Watson completes a throw and then whines for roughing the passer, but I decide to settle with him out of court. On 2nd and 6, it's Miller time, and the former Super Bowl MVP gets around the edge and pulls down Watson for the 2nd time today. I would say Watson is getting a taste of his own medicine, but given the hand placement, this probably turns him on. Denzel Ward steals another pass from Watson, and Rodgers follows it up by going balls deep to Randall Cobb, who makes an impressive one-handed grab for his 2nd touchdown of the day. Denzel Ward makes it an even 3 interceptions on the next drive, and then with time waning in the 4th quarter, Rodgers throws a touchdown to Mercedes Lewis, who's been in the NFL since 1986. I can't help but notice that while they nailed 2nd-year head coach Nick Sirianni, the Dan Campbell model is just a little off. Fair enough, I mean, he's only been in the game since Madden 2000. Just one more play, and the game officially belongs to the Detroit Lions. You might think it takes an alternate reality for the Lions to win by 45, but I think all things are possible under the watchful eye of Coach Dan Campbell. Ultimately, I don't hate Madden 23. I've just grown numb to its inadequacies, and without serious competition, I no longer even know what a great football game would look like in 2022. Much like the Detroit Lions themselves, this game always feels like it's 1 year away.